What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So President Biden may have just screwed out millions and millions of Americans. We also have a major stimulus change I want to address, and also federal judge blocks the vaccine mandate. So we got a lot of stuff to discuss today, but in the breaking news, the big news for today is that President Biden has actually pretty much introduced a new mandate which requires any foreign traveler into the United States, they have to be vaccinated and show proof of a vaccine. Here's the issue. There's a supply chain issue because guess what? If a Canadian or if a Mexican truck driver come into the United States, they have to be vaccinated. Guess what? If they're not, they send them right back. They cannot enter. What if they're bringing critical supplies, medication, wood to build affordable housing? What happens then? Guess what? We don't get it here in the United States. So, major issue, but the White House is saying that this is just the Biden-Harris administration's way of just protecting the public. So, we will address that in today's video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But first, before I get to the complete update, I have a question that I want to ask you regarding the upcoming infrastructure bill or stimulus package. Here's the question. Do you like the fact that Senator Joe Manchin is blocking the Build Back Better Act? And according to Senator Joe Manchin, it is due to the fact that it creates unnecessary spending and it doesn't provide overall relief to the American people. Or do you think that Senator Joe Manchin is just blocking the bill in order for a personal gain? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Or do you just wish he would just pass the bill? Just get it passed, get it done, let's move on. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. And I ask this because I get a lot of comments from people that say, I'm done with Senator Joe Manchin. He should have passed the bill and we could have been done with it. I get other comments that say, yay for Senator Joe Manchin. He is the one that is keeping us afloat. He is the one that's looking after the American people. Now, I don't know which one's true. I don't know if we should just pass the bill. I don't know if he's the one that's, helping keep inflation somewhat contained. I don't know. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Now, one of the reasons I bring this up is because Senator Joe Manchin has actually doubled down on providing more to the American people. And he wants to completely start over, build the next package with the American people in mind. That's his words. Now, this could include stimulus, but it will likely help with climate, children, seniors, even lower income earners. That's his overall target. And his overall goal is to provide with some relief without actually risking additional inflation, which some economists say that's not possible to provide additional assistance at the same time contain inflation without the help of the Federal Reserve, which if you didn't get a chance to watch my video earlier on today, where I pretty much address why Bitcoin and why crypto is really selling off. So if you didn't get a chance to go and watch that, I highly recommend you do. Now, let's get some other news. One of the major changes that we are seeing right now is that more and more Democrats are actually getting on board with Senator Joe Manchin and his plan. And I think this is very interesting because President Biden has a completely different plan where he wants to completely transformative bill, change the way we are pretty much working and operating and really provide for the economy. And not just pieces, okay? Not just pieces. He wants to do a complete revamp. However, he's also stated just the other day that he's open to passing chunks of the bill. So I think this is very interesting because Senator Joe Manchin, he says we need to kind of make it more targeted, narrow it down, make it a little bit cheaper, but at the same time provide for the American people. But you got President Biden, again, both Democrats, the people that talk to each other. And yet you got President Biden that says, no, we need a transformative bill. So it's interesting to see what's happening, but as of right now, we're not moving fast enough. We're not moving in the right direction, at least according to many experts. So we'll see what happens. And as we see what happens, I promise I will be here every step of the way. Now, let's talk about how President Biden may have just screwed the American people. By now, you've probably seen, how, and again, I'm sure you're aware of the fact that employees are just leaving their jobs, and the White House is saying that they're leaving because it's a great resignation. They're looking for better work. There's all these open jobs. Well, why are there open jobs? There's open jobs because we have a mandate that you have to go and get a vaccine. Now, just recently, actually just yesterday, a federal judge in Texas, he blocked President Biden's vaccine mandate for all federal employees. And the judge, he said that President Biden doesn't have the authority to mandate a vaccine for all federal employees. And he goes on to say that right now, with the stroke of a pen and without input from Congress, President Biden can't do that. And Judge Brown also added, and I quote, "While vaccines are undoubtedly the best way to avoid serious illness from COVID, there is no reason to believe that the public interest cannot be served via less restrictive measures than the mandate, such as masking, social distancing, or part of full-time remote work. Stopping the spread of COVID will not be achieved by overbroad policies like a federal worker mandate." Now, I've said this before, I'm vaccinated and I'm completely fine. If I was vaccinated and someone else wasn't, I would be completely fine with that other person. I would talk to them, no big deal. Okay, well, that's not going to change. But what he's saying is, while vaccines are the best way to avoid serious illness based off of the science, we can't go and mandate somebody gets a vaccine. And I'm completely on board with that. We cannot mandate it. Could we recommend it? Yeah. Could we suggest it? Yes. But do we force it on somebody? No. That's not what we do here in the United States. So we're going to see what happens. But now, keep in mind that this ruling that came out yesterday, it's not a final ruling. And I think this is where a lot of people are getting mixed messages. Is, oh, the judge blocked the ruling, so that's done. No. What's happening is all this does is it blocks the mandate from being enforced, at least until or while litigation is pending. That's really all it's doing. Okay? It doesn't block it. It's still there, but it just temporarily blocks it while the litigation is pending. That's it. Okay? So, let's get to the worst part of the vaccine mandates. I just addressed this a little bit ago, but I want to talk about this again. Because President Biden has been, this is even more troublesome news regarding vaccine mandates because this goes into effect today. Okay? Today on Saturday, January 22nd. As of today, all foreign truckers that enter into the United States from Mexico and Canada, they must show proof of a vaccine mandate or vaccine against COVID. Previously, this really only applied to tourists, but now this applies to truckers and students as well. But this is what Homeland Security Mayorkas said, and he said, and I quote, "These updated travel requirements reflect the Biden-Harris administration's commitment to protecting public health while safely facilitating the cross-border trade and travel that is critical to our economy." So, if you're worried about the supply chain issues before, which I am, and I was, and I still am, even more so today, then get ready because things could get much worse. Now, you're probably thinking, well, what does Canada bring to us? What does Mexico, ship up here? Well, just to give you an idea, Canada exports so many different products into the United States, and this could create a lot of issues. Not only could it create issues because we might not get these products, and these are things like plastics. Some of the major exports from Canada to the U.S. are plastics, wood, aluminum, paper products as well. Those are some big ones. But the reason why this would create issues is because if, let's say, a Mexican citizen or a Canadian citizen can't come into the United States with whatever truckload of stuff they have because they aren't vaccinated, guess what? They have to stay in Canada. And then a U.S. citizen that does have a vaccine, or really doesn't matter, I guess, these days, but they can go into Canada or Mexico, get the supplies, get the truck, get the trailer, and haul it back into the United States. So they can do that. Well, guess what? If Canadian and Mexican citizens that don't have the vaccine can only go to the border, that means we have to go to them, get the products, bring it back. That creates delays. And according to experts, they worry that this will create further damage to our economy. This will create bigger issues. And I thought this was very interesting this week, is that the White House says there is no supply shortage, but yet we got, I don't know, right about 100 ships off the coast of California waiting to be offloaded. And then even this week, the mayor of Washington, D.C. stated that, if you do not need products, don't go and just buy it for the sake of buying it. Make sure you leave some for everybody else. And now they're pretty much saying this because of the winter warnings, but that's it. So because of winter warnings, they're saying if you go to the store, just buy what you need, leave the rest. We don't have to really stock up. Just buy what you need for now. There'll be more coming. But with the supply chain issues and shortages, we can't take everything. We have to leave some for everybody. So the mayor is saying there is shortages, and the White House in the same city is saying, no, things are perfectly fine. We do not have any supply chain issues. So it's interesting to see what's happening, but what I can tell you is nobody has the right answer. There's so many open-ended questions here, but one thing I do want you to understand is I will be here every step of the way. I am always looking into what's going on, what we need to be looking forward to, what is the crisis that's about to come into play. So again, make sure you do one thing. Make sure you go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoyed today's video and enjoyed the content. I know it's not the greatest news, but if you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit that like button. Also, make sure you click that subscribe button down below so you never miss an update. But that is what we know as of right now. As always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all the latest news and updates. Again, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.